right, you ready to make some Wookie cookies? Here we go. You're gonna start with a mixing bowl. Just a regular mixing bowl. Alright, we're gonna put in it our dry ingredients kind of like we did yesterday. So we're gonna put our flour in here. And for your flour, you need 2 1/4 cups. So I'm gonna put 2 1/4 cups of flour in my bowl. The next thing you're going to need is your baking soda. Mine is this. You can have it in a box. Okay, either one. The baking soda, you're going to put 1 teaspoon. So this is my teaspoon. So I'm only going to put 1 teaspoon. Make sure you don't get a lot of clumps with it. Break your baking soda down so it's not clumpy. And you want 1 teaspoon. Put that in with your flour. All right, then I want to add salt, and I need 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, you're adding that in with your flour. And then your cinnamon. If you're going to add cinnamon, some people don't want to, that's fine. You just add a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm going to add that to my flour.
How much salt?
How much what? Salt? A teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. You're welcome. And then you just want to mix it all around. You want to make sure you get the flour, the salt, the baking soda, and the cinnamon all mixed around. Once you have it all mixed around, just kind of set it aside. We're going to use it like we did yesterday.
How much of this?
A teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. Hey, Sophia. All right. Now in our bowl for our mixer. So we're getting ready to use our mixer. So if you have a hand mixer, go ahead and get it ready. If you're going to use a whisk, that's fine. All right, in our bowl, we're going to put our butter, and you need 2 sticks. 2 sticks of butter.
How many sticks of butter? Just 1?
2. 2 sticks.
What do you have to do with the butter?
You're putting it in the bowl that you're going to use the hand mixer on. So don't put it in with the flour, put it in the other bowl. Then next you're gonna need your brown sugar. Now your brown sugar is kind of like sand, okay? Pretend like you're playing at the beach. I need a whole entire cup, and it says packed. So what I want you to do is you're gonna put some brown sugar in your cup. Okay, so I've got some in here. So now I'm gonna pack it down with my fingers the way you would pack it down like in a bucket or something at the beach, okay? That's how I want you to do your brown sugar. And you need a whole cup of packed brown sugar. Every once in a while, stop and pack it down with your fingers to make sure that's all packed. When you pour it out, you want it to look like your cup, just like you would a sandcastle if you poured it out on the beach. If you poured it out of your bucket.
We can use normal sugar because we don't have brown sugar.
Yeah, we will be using normal sugar, so I guess you could use a cup and a half of regular sugar.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, so I've got my brown sugar. It's all packed in my cup, and I'm just gonna drop it into my mixer. The next thing I'm gonna add,
Put it. In which food should we put it in?
you put it in with the butter.
Okay.
Don't touch the flour mixture at all right now. All the brown sugar and the butter go together, and we're getting ready to put the regular sugar in there also. So of regular sugar, you need a half a cup.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar, you need a whole cup.
What we have to do?
Yes, brown sugar. The ones that look like this, the brown sugar, you need 1 cup. Now regular sugar, the white sugar, you're gonna need a half of a cup. Okay? So I've got 1/4 of a cup, and I know 1/4 plus 1/4 gives me 2/4, which is a half. So I'm gonna use this to get my half a cup of sugar.
Do we have to put the brown sugar with the flour?
No, you put the brown sugar with the butter. So you should have the butter, the brown sugar, and the white sugar all in one bowl. All right, now we're gonna mix the sugar and the butters together, both types of sugar and both type of butter together. All right, so when you're mixing this, if the butter just came out of the refrigerator, it's gonna be a little harder to mix. If you let it sit out a little bit, it'll be good. But go ahead and mix it. Like I said, you can use a whisk or you can use an electric beater. We're gonna mix it for about 3 minutes to make sure we've got it all mixed in. Once you get that all done together, it's gonna look like just a light brown paste. So it'll look like this. Okay? All right. Now we're gonna add our eggs. You have 2 eggs to add. So just crack them, break them open, and let them go into the sugars. You're not mixing right now, you're just putting the eggs in. All right, now I've got my eggs in. Make sure you wash your hands because remember you just handled a raw egg. All right. And we're gonna add our vanilla extract. That looks like this, okay? Vanilla extract, it doesn't look vanilla, that's for sure, okay? It's a liquid and it's brown. You're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons. Huh? Bless you. All right, I've added my 1.5 teaspoons of my vanilla. All right, now I'm gonna start it mixing again. And I'm gonna get the eggs and the vanilla all mixed in. 4. Yes. Okay, add your eggs, add your vanilla, and get that to mixing. It still looks like a paste, but it's a little bit, it has a little bit of liquid in it. Not much, but it still looks like a paste. Are we doing all right? Thumbs up? Good, good. All right. Oh no, why are we having thumbs down? What's wrong?
The egg is bad.
The egg is bad. Oh no. Did you put the bad egg in the mixture? Did we get it fixed? Sophia and Marie, are you starting completely over? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell the rest of them what to do. When you get to a point you need me, let me know, okay? All right. The rest of you, what we're going to do is we're going to slowly add our flour mixture like we did yesterday. So you're going to go ahead and turn your egg beater on, and you're just going to slowly add a little bit of flour at a time. Let that mix and then add some more. Make sure you're getting it off the sides and everything when you're adding that flour, because you want to make sure you get it all added in. It is going to become thicker, so you just want to beat it around really good. Make sure you're getting it off the bottom and around the sides really, really good. Alright, I'm going to add the little bit of flour I have left, and then I'm going to mix it again. Alright, and then I'm going to mix up the last little bit here of the flour. Okay, one thing I am doing is I'm taking my mixing bowl off the spinner because I see some stuff down in the bottom that's not mixed in. So I'm going to try and get it mixed in real quick. And you'll notice it gets really, really thick. You will hear my dog in the background. I think he's ready for some cookies. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is once we have that all added together. How are we doing, Maria? All right, cool. All right, once we have all the flour mixture in there, then we're going to add the chocolate chips, the semi-sweet, and the milk chocolate if you got both. If you just got one, that's fine. It doesn't matter. You're going to add a cupful of each. So I'm going to get my cup here.
Give me how much?
1 cup.
Yeah.
1 cup. So I'm going to add my 1 cup in. And I'm going to add my cup in of the semi-sweet.
Miss Blackmon?
Yes.
What have to do next? Add the butter and the egg.
Okay, you've got the sugar, the eggs, the butter. Do you have the vanilla extract in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me search.
Okay. Yes, you need a cup of each. A cup of each. You need, yes, 1 cup of each one. So it looks like this. I've got 1 cup of each one in there. All right. Alright, so once you have 1 cup of each in there, you're going to mix it. You can use your electric mixer, you can use just a spoon, you can use a spatula, whatever you want to use. And you're going to mix it all around to make sure those chocolate chips get all the way through it. One cup. All right, how are we doing, Maria?
We're finding
Vanilla? Okay. Okay, go ahead and turn your oven on 375. So go ahead and turn your oven to 375.
How many will you have vanilla?
Vanilla, you need 1.5 teaspoons.
Yeah, but I didn't have vanilla.
Don't worry about it then. It's fine.
Okay, so like, what is next on the vanilla?
So do what? Okay, so you've got your butter, you've got your eggs, and you've got your sugar, right? Mix all that together. Once you've got that mixed together, then you want to slowly start adding your flour like we did yesterday, a little bit at a time, the flour mixture. Hey, buddy, what's the matter? Go ahead and put 1 cup of each chocolate into the bowl, and then mix it all in together. Into your mix. I'll show you. See? All my ingredients are in there, including my chocolate chips. All right? So put those all in there. And then what I'm going to do is just slowly, I'm going to take the beaters out, and I'm going to get all the extra cookie dough out of those beaters. Now, if you want to taste your cookie dough to make sure you like the taste of it, you can take a little bitty taste, but you can't take like a spoonful because it does have raw eggs in it. So if you get a little bit on your finger and you want to taste it, go ahead, but don't take a whole spoonful because we don't want you getting sick. So I'm just cleaning off my beaters, making sure I get all the cookie dough off of them. As much as I possibly can, and you're not going to get it all. You can't have a Wookie cookie yet, buddy. They're not done. I know. That's horrible. Alright. Now that I've got as much as I can off of this, the mixer. So now my bowl looks like this. Maria, did you put all the flour in? All right, so after you've put all the flour in, you want to put a cup of both types of chocolate chips in. And then you'll be right there with us. All right? Again, make sure your oven's on 375. All right. Next, we're going to take a cookie sheet. This is my cookie sheet. Okay? I'm going to spray it all over the bottom. That's so the cookies don't get stuck to the pan. All right, are we good? Okay. All right, for those of you ready, now that your pan is sprayed, you're just going to take a spoonful of the cookie dough, and I just form it into a little bitty ball on the spoon, and you're gonna put it on the tray, on your cookie sheet. Now, you're not gonna use all the dough in this first batch. You're only gonna get about 12 cookies on the cookie sheet. So I'm just forming them with my fingers right on that spoon, and I'm taking them off and putting them on the cookie sheet. I go 3 across and 4 down. That'll give me 12 cookies per cookie sheet. Okay, so now you spray your pan and you're doing what I'm doing. I'm just making them into cookie balls on a spoon, like this, and we're putting them about a 1 inch apart on a cookie pan or a cookie sheet. Make sure you spray the bottom of your cookie sheet. You can put the wax paper on the cookie sheet, yes. Uh-huh. All right, so this is what my pan looks like. It has 12 cookies on it. All right, once you get your cookies on your cookie pan, you're gonna very carefully put it in the oven for 10 minutes. Set your timer for 10 minutes. And I like to turn my light on so I can keep an eye on them. How are we doing? Good. Awesome. Awesome. Now, while we're waiting on this first batch to get done, I will tell you that on Thursday, we're going to be making a homemade cake and homemade icing. Okay? So, you've got a couple choices. You can decorate it just for fun. If you're going to spend Sunday with Dad because it's Father's Day, you can decorate it for Dad. Okay? You can, like my dad, he doesn't live here in Florida. He lives in Texas. Well, I'm not going to take a cake to him on Friday because he's too far away. So I'm just going to use sprinkles and sprinkle my cake all over. All right? So you can have any kind of decoration you want for your cake for Thursday, all right? All right, thumbs up if you have it in the oven. All right. Oh no, what's the matter? I see a thumbs down.
We have it in.
Oh, okay, but you're getting them on the pan now? Awesome.
Everybody's mind looks like.
Good job. Good job. Did you put it in the? Have you put it in the oven yet?
Oh,
Go ahead and put them in. Put them in the oven.
I'm not still.
Once they've been in the oven about 2 or 3 minutes, if you have a light on your oven, you can turn it on and look at them, and you can see that they're starting to flatten out of the balls that we put them in. You are doing a great job. You are great bakers.
Excuse me?
Yes.
How hot do we have to put it in?
375. 375. You're welcome. Everything y'all have baked, y'all have done a great job. I'm so proud of y'all. Learning how to cook is fun. And just think, after this week, you'll be able to make desserts for your whole family. There you go, Sophia. That's a good one.
How much time?
For 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. So once you put your cookies in the oven and you're waiting on those, you want to lay out either some wax paper or parchment paper, or if you have a cooling rack, you need to get that out and lay it out like on a counter or a table, so that once our cookies are done and we're ready to let them cool, we can put them on that. Excellent job, guys. Excellent job. Now you will see that you have more dough to make more cookies. That's okay. Mine are about halfway done, so I'll show you what they look like when they first come out, so that you know. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. I'm watching people put together more cookie pans. Good job. If you have 2 or 3 pans and you just want to put all the cookies on those, the only thing is bake them one at a time, because if you bake them 2 at a time, it takes them longer to cook, okay? So bake each pan one at a time. Now, one thing you can do with cookie dough that you can't do with a lot of stuff is, like, if I wanted to make a heart-shaped cookie, I could put the cookie dough in a heart-shaped cake pan. The only thing is I would want to leave about a 1/2 inch all the way around the edges, because your cookie's going to spread out as it cooks. So you could make a heart-shaped cookie, or you could put it in like a pie pan and make a round-shaped cookie. You know those big cookies sometimes you buy at the store? Yeah, you can make a big cookie out of it just by putting it on one thing and leaving room around the edges for it to grow, okay? So if you decide you want to do that, you could absolutely do that. All right, I'm watching my cookies. I want them to be a light brown color. The bottom is going to be a little darker than the top, but you want them to be a light brown color. So about 3 more minutes and I'll be able to show you what they look like.
Miss Blackmon, how much time do we have to put it on the oven?
You put it in for 10 minutes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. How did everybody's banana bread come out yesterday? Good? Was the banana bread good? All right. You are learning how to make a lot of different stuff, huh? Yeah. So this year for your teachers, for like Valentine's and Christmas and stuff like that, you'll be able to make them some cookies and take them to them. All right, my cookies have about a minute left. My first batch. They're almost there. Now, when you first take them out, you're gonna think the middle of them is not done because they're gonna be really squishy, but they're supposed to be. They harden as they sit out and cool, they harden to what they need to be, okay? And I'll show you what I mean as soon as I get one out. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is use a spatula like this on them and go ahead and loosen them from your pan and let them sit on your pan and cool before you put them on the paper. So mine's got about 30 seconds and then I'll be taking them out. All right. I'm gonna set them down for a minute. Okay, and like I said, I'm just gonna use my spatula and loosen them from the cookie pan, from the cookie sheet. Not taking them off yet, I'm just loosening them up. And they're gonna look like they're really soft in the center, but they'll, like I said, they'll get harder as you let them cool. All right, so this is what one looks like when it's done. Okay, and the bottom is a little bit darker. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these from the pan to the wax paper or the parchment paper I've got sitting on the counter so that I can start another batch of cookies. Okay, and then when I get ready to start my next batch, I'm going to spray my pan again, and then I'll use it over and over again. All right. So, I'm letting them cool. Can you get me one off the table? Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so once they've cooled, this is the top, this is the bottom, and my center now is not real smushy like it was when they first came out of the oven. Okay, these I cooked this morning, so they've set out for a little bit. Okay, so the ones that you just cooked, if you just took them off your wax paper and you were to touch the center, it seems like they're not done. They're done. You just got to let them cool off, okay? So again, this is the front, the top, and the back or the bottom will be a little bit browner. All right? All right. Are there any questions about the cookies? No? All right. Well, y'all enjoy your cookies. Enjoy baking, and I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.